We are live. Happy Easter yourself, Rex. How are you?
Modi order. I'm feeling fine. Absolutely. What a lovely sunny Easter day we've got here, Easter Sunday. And I'd like to say happy AGP Awareness Day, everybody.
Happy AGP
Look at
Awareness
that.
Day.
Not a fetish, hashtag not a fetish. They just want to pee. Say his fucking name.
Say his
Say
name.
his name. And
Fucking
we
all men are men. Every
look
fucking
at
one of
these
them.
specimens. These are specimens who could be in our jail if they ask nicely. This bottom one, Alex Aleti Sue, he's actually out now. They called him she in our lamestream media. They're all filleting the lady dick. Welcome to TURD of the month. Sunday identifies as Saturday. It's the last day. And the only tranny here that was dealt with is this Asian man that my finger's on, David Lim. They are all in jail or whatever. They could be in our jail soon. But David Lim, the minute he served his sentence for stupefying men and molesting them as a doctor, he got deported immediately. The only one who has had any form of you get the fuck out, bro. And can you guess why? You gotta guess why. He was stupefying men. Can't have that.
Oh, I see.
Deported immediately. He served his sentence, but he was molesting men. So goodbye to you, you naughty man. We knew he was a man then, eh?
Yep. But so did he have a citizenship? Do you know, Rex, or did he have
I
a dual?
believe he did. And yeah, he was a practicing doctor here, and he used to drug people who came to him sick and needing help and assistance, and he used to just help himself. But the others, they're rapists and murderers, child molesters. Uh, Wayne Blaine Maney, Shane Winter. So it said his name in our, submission to the government. And Russell Beaumont, her sighting us down at the site of a gun there, Mr. So these are the men that could be in our jails. That's, where we are.
You can't make this shit up, hey? It's some sort of bad fucking nightmare, hey? And I like my sense of the macabre, and yet here we are.
We didn't vote for this shit. This stuff is happening in a forceful way through every strata of society because these tranny fuckers, these backers, have got big pockets, millionaires, billionaires. Martin Rothblatt, he calls himself Martin, John Stryker, the Noah Foundation, Pritzker, Colonel Jennifer Pritzker, that fucking bloated, sweaty man pig. It beggars belief, but here we are. And they're saying they're women, and everybody's going, yes, you are. And then there's these unrepentant, profane men and women, mainly women, rising up and just saying, no, you're not. You're a transvestite with a fetish, and get back in the closet. Fuck the fuck off. Stay away from children. I'm feeling pretty salty today.
Well, Rex, if a female impersonator can say that they're an adult human female, then an Elvis impersonator must be fucking Elvis.
He is so. And to not validate Elvis, the king, the one and only,
the one and only king,
other 5,700 others.
That's right. He's alive. He's alive. He's over there on every stage.
We will not. We will not. So yeah, welcome aboard if anyone's watching. We're living in the future.
We've got FEMA, Dylandy. We've got Dylandy in there. We've got Women's Action Group, which I'm guessing is Michelle. Hello, Michelle, darling. How are you?
Oh yes, our TURD of the month. Number 10's a bit of a long one, so I suppose we better get started.
Okay, but just before we do, I've got a little song to play, and we're going to just play the little bit of the beginning of it because we don't want to do a whole 3 minutes of this song. But since
Want to let you know how we feel. Yeah.
I grab my pen and I write out a list of all the people that won't be missed. You've made my shit list.
wow, that's how we're starting. That's how we're rolling today, Rex. That's how we're doing it. So we're going to remove that first little link share screeny there, and we're going straight in to the next one.
Number 10.
So I hope you like that. That's a classic from the 90s itself, that one there.
Fabulous.
So let's go straight into share screen again. We have a quite extensive list. So here we go. First up, we've got this clown.
Oh.
Sophie.
Yes. Guillermo, Guillaume, a Trinidadian predator, paedophile. He's a nonce. Cartoonist, a signed male. He takes people's pictures off the internet and draws furries and other degeneracy over your treasured snapshots of your grandchildren because he's a filthy nonce. And he read at our libraries. He was at our libraries. It's amazing. In New Zealand, the Rainbow Crossings and Drag Queen Grooming Time have been the boil that's starting to be lanced here. I didn't have on my tranny bingo card that the Rainbow Crossings would be the big catalyst that's divided the nation here. He's just recently read at our libraries. 2 of the Rainbow Groomers story times had to fuck off because they were protested and said, you're not teaching our children that. It's not inclusion. We are, as that meme you shared, Michelle, you're being conquered. We're being colonised, conquered and broken down, and it's just no. So Sophie LaBelle.
No one stopped him at the airport. No one,
questioned him, said you should go.
Yep,
access teenagers, to impressionable teenagers saying, I should have the right to groom you. That's filtered to hell and back because he's an absolute pig of a man. But we're sharing, Scotland. Number 10 is brought to you by the letter S.
Yeah, so straight into the next one.
Number
share
10.
Screen.
Still, honestly, there's a lot.
Scotland,
silly hate crime laws. They're most stupid, ridiculous hate crime laws. You've hurt my feelings. You need to be arrested. Well, fuck off, Plod. All the way. You captured. I can't hear a lot of what the police in Scotland say because there's a lady dick jammed down their throat. It is just not on. Not on. The capture of the judiciary, the law, is the most concerning part of this. Oh, there's so many concerning bits. The surgery. This fellow. Yes, Noah Lynn Van Leuven.
He's the dark guy. He's the dark guy, and he looks so much like that. That Ivy
Reese McKinnon.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Rachel McKinnon, who was that must be the Troon template, is to have the danger here and be a giant man slab. This is one of the Troon templates you must be able to pick out. Who knows? But
I think there is. Definitely think there's a template. I agree with you.
Yeah, look at them. They've all got the fridge body. They've all got that massive gorilla reach with their arms, these failed sportsmen. Gosh, it's, fucking hell. Yeah, Scotland's hate speech laws in the bin. And
Yep.
this fellow, this is sports, because there's sports for number fucking 10. But Spain also, violent men are now identifying as women to get into rape shelters where the
Yep.
women and children are, so they can finish the job. My Nigel, who's actually is Will Ferguson, my good friend, Mr. Will Ferguson, called it, and he got vilified and scorned and mocked for saying it won't be long before a man does this to identify. And last week or the week before, he was proven right. And now there are men identifying as women, doing nothing but obviously just enough. It's enough to say you're a woman. It's the same as if I say I'm an Olympic gymnast. I mean, I'm probably 2 Olympic gymnasts.
Well, I mean, no one will let me do surgery on them, and I definitely identify as a brain surgeon.
Yeah, and look, I'm sure you've got a really sharp knife and a steady hand. That's all you need. And to master the doctor's walk. Sure,
Yeah.
just polish up on the walk and you'll be all right.
Well, I mean, I know for one, I definitely have the surgeon's handwriting. Nobody
There
can
you
read
go.
it.
There you go. And the walk, once you've mastered the walk, everyone will just let you. It's fucking insane. Sex crimes. We've got a killer, a paedophile who wants breasts, and, they are petitioning their prison. They've got a jail rape in Washington State. The Scouts, they had to fire another tranny, the Scouts in Scotland. Again, listen to this SSS. Lovely alliteration today.
You can't make this shit up, Rex.
Sex
I do
crimes, the
apologise
Scouts.
for being testy.
Yeah, Gavin Horsted, sharing hardcore pornography and drug-related posts on his own, pretendy gender name, social media. And that's the same sort of Scouts in the UK. Monica Sully, remember him? Yes. So fucking hell. And there are 11 troons in Washington State Jail. 11 trannies. 11, and 9 of them are in there for crimes against women and children. Well, colour me surprised.
Fucking
I know, yes. It started a bit of a gloomy start. March has been a wild ride.
Hasn't it? So coming in at number, well, I think it's, okay, this is going to surprise people, Rex, but we've got to call it as we see it. We have to be real and equal opportunity for all in the shit list. And this is the TERFs and those who pointed their finger at the Women's Action Group over in Melbourne for borrowing a PA. So any flying spaghetti monster, any TERF that was involved in shaming, and finger pointing can go get fucked, basically.
That's right. You can go and shit in your hands and claps. You call yourselves women and TERFs, and when somebody borrows a microphone and a speaker set, Michelle Uriero, you come in at number 9, all these cunts ganging up on you. I don't care. Sorry, this is why these channels of ours can't be monetized, because I said I was salty today. And
yep,
you
absolutely.
Don't do your own research. There's a real herd mentality in big groups, I'm finding, and that's why we are disparate and we are apart on the Manawahine Kōrero, Stone the Crone, TERFs Across the Waters, and our other sister organisations. We know that they are sisters, and they will never put misters before sisters. And all you wankers that did, and cry bullies that ganged up on Michelle and the Women's Action Group, go and shit in your hands and clap. It'll be the most productive thing you do the rest of the month. Where were you? What were you doing? How did you support this? Why have you never been to one of these? Why haven't I seen you in the stream? Why haven't I seen you in the chat? Fuck the fuck up.
Where's your fucking channel? Where's your channel? Where's your body of work? Where's your body of work? You know, a lot of people come and want to say how to do shit. Oh, it's not right. Oh, I don't like the way you do it. Where is your fucking 2 years of work? Whether it's just an opinion work, fucking whether it's academic, where's your fucking shit? Don't come around. Don't come around.
Show your work, please. Show your work, please, or shut your fucking mouth.
That's right. Turn up with a fucking PA system ready to fucking deal with that and say, hey, Michelle, don't borrow that bloke's one. I got one here right for you, love. Right for you. I got your back. Where's that shit? No, there's none of that. I got your back. But there's a lot of that finger fucking shame. We'll just circle you and fucking shame you instead. Nah, you can go get fucked.
Yep, no. And to counter that also, thank you, Michelle, for your fight and your fire and your transcontinental, if you like, trans-country support of 2 worthy women's groups that are doing the work that other people steal, appropriate and piss on and shit on and all of that. But we do have, we are lucky as women and as TERFs to have you. And anyone that shames you, you can just piss off. And to help with that, we've got Sal Grover as our antidote to number 10 and number 9 there that was sounding off. Because Sal had to go to the UK to get some media interest in the fact that women have less rights. Like in New Zealand, we have less rights in a rainbow crossing. And in Australia, you don't have any at all. We'll take the children away. And also, you can't have any space away from men and the male gaze at all, ever, not for any of you. And Sal has said, fuck that. She said it nicer than me, but that's exactly what Sal Grover is saying and standing for all of us. So, Mori ora to you, Michelle, and to you, Sal, our heroines.
I will be finishing my Sal, who's down there on the door. There is a Sal going on the door of fucking awesome. Which is that is its official name, by the way. The door of awesome. So we have next. Wait. Cancel that one. Back into that one.
Stone does all the work.
And we are going to find the traitorous dog herself, if we can find it.
Where is she?
There we go. Are
you
shitting me? The propaganda runs thick here, Rex. So can we please check her bank account? Because I want to know how much this bastard paid her to advertise his fucking horrible fucking music video 3 days before on International Women's Day. Is anyone buying this shit?
Yeah, it is a worldwide hazing ritual of mockery and humiliation, hoping that we'll kowtow, and it's just fuck off. We will not. Fuck you and the idea that hideous crow, that hideous scarecrow, I mean, fuck, look at the state of him. And Germanotta's not much better. I've seen her with her pornified T-shirts on. You're just a filthy pornmeister. Go away and take him with you. It's a bit like that one with the Peter Parker puts his glasses on and can't see, and it's, Dylan Mulvaney and Drew Barrymore on her knees, and then he takes his glasses off and it's her as a little girl and E.T.
That meme is gold. That meme is gold.
And just him, it's so, because this subjugation by these women. I wonder if it's blackmail. I wonder if it's part of the cult thinking of the elites, so-called, in Hollywood. You don't
know what contracts they've signed. They have gag order contracts for lots of things all the time. You're not allowed to talk about the contract that you've signed. Why do people think that these celebritards are any different?
Yeah, celebritards. Perfect.
Do why do people think that because it's a famous person, an idol that we got to listen to? No. As far as I'm concerned, all actors and all entertainers get the shit down and shut the fuck up. Because I don't believe you. You get paid to be a liar.
I'm an entertainer. To be someone else. You know,
Yeah.
you get paid to pretend to be someone else.
That's
And
right. That's right. So I
immediately know.
what did he pay you to fucking shit on women, Lady Gaga?
Yeah. What? And what is it? Is it that a combination of subtle, you know, we know where the skeletons are, perhaps?
Yep.
You know, because women like Billie Jean King, what the fuck? That woman, you know, whoa. There have been massive sellouts, and the zeitgeist, I suppose, is that it is turning. It is going to be bitter, though, I believe.
Yeah.
You can
Look,
see the people
really
making
do
money.
think, you know, they did pick a few. Yes.
Yeah.
The advertising worked on a couple, but that did peek it through. You know, that whole sitting there like we're like 1930s starlets with Dylan draping himself. It didn't work the way you thought, love.
No, it's peaking people. It's Operation Let Them Speak, you know, and people are peaking in real time. Let them peak. They are peaking. You can see it on some of the footage of women's rallies, like in Melbourne. You can see police peaking in real time. Even though the institutions are captured individually, everybody knows who the women are.
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
why it's so relentless, and they've spent the last 10 years, and now they've got a foothold. You know, it's a size 15 foothold too, so we have to fucking smarten up and, you know, start thinking about standing for council, standing for office if you can. I'm an irredeemable fucking reprobate, recidivist bastard. I don't think that anyone will let me, even as an independent.
Oh, always say I'd be good for a smear campaign at best,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a sniper shot to the head at worst.
So, you know, in Minecraft,
In Minecraft.
holy moly.
So we're coming up to number 7 here,
yep.
and we've got. Are you ready? We got this delightful piece of work, Rex.
Oh yes, our Riley Dennis and the Flying Batmen. 5 of them. There's 5 trannies in that football team, soccer. I mean, we could play football with this fucking Adam's apple. Look at the size of it. I can see it from here. You know, this is how he manages to trip women up. They fall off his Adam's apple. Holy moly, look at it.
They fall off his Adam's apple. Well, he just like flung that woman.
Oh, didn't he? I'm sure we've seen the footage. And even in these small pictures I'm looking on the screen, you can see the size difference of these fucking giant trannies. And now there's 5 in the changing room. And to all you women that are playing with them, you can get fucked too.
Yep.
Just start forfeiting your games because you're going to start forfeiting your health. Do you really want brain damage from landing badly on the ground after being shoved by a giant man? Just, you know, something for those sportswomen to think about, because your sports is dead as long as you let those trannies in and keep playing and don't, you know, stand up, because what's it going to take?
Oh, absolutely. Why, like, teams have names, right? You name your team. So why can't we just call our football or soccer or whatever you want to call it? Why don't we call them the Tornado Turfs? They know exactly where we stand.
Or every women's sports team will be called the JKs.
JKs. That's it. Name them something that how many trannies are going to go join the local turf football team if the name of turf is in the title?
Yeah. No, they'll just spend all their time organising an enormous pile-on by all their 27 soccer accounts and that of all their friends. These trannies seem to run on socks, soccer accounts and spoofy, crusty ones.
Look, there's a locker room. there's a locker room, Rex, where my Super Soaker Brute 33 would come in handy.
Yeah. That is
Super Soaker, Old Spice Brute 33, walk straight in.
To the men, and now you will smell like a man, an old man. Yep, Brute 33, Lynx, or Axe or whatever they call it. Okay. And Old
I love
Spice. It is. It's a great idea. Like your mobile changing room, which is, but yeah, I can see people just fucking mowing you over, or men, non-binary men, they call themselves non-binary, and how dare you. Today I was feeling like using the women's. Funny, it's every day you feel like using the women's,
Well, I've actually thought about the logistics on how you would put together, and I'm not an engineer by any means, but do you remember those little hats and they were a pop-up umbrella?
Yep, I do.
Yeah. So little pop-up umbrella, the sheet comes down.
Yep.
And then you're getting
Just
changed.
doing your thing.
Yeah.
Under the hat.
Someone send me to what is it? Shark Tank. Hello.
Yeah.
Give me millions because I got an idea.
Yeah. It's a turfalicious idea.
I think
fuck. What do? We do. The fight back begins. They've had it all their way, you see, and now there's pushback. Tranny's mad. Tranny's bigly mad, and they don't like the pushback. And I know that, a lot of people in sleepy New Zealand here are a bit shocked and upset because I'm so fucking wild about it and angry and mean, and my words are vicious. And it's like, well, it's been 9 years. And you've just let these fucking foxes into the hen house, and they're tearing us to shreds. Because the umbrella is allowing transvestite men the cover of this shit that doesn't even exist. You're not trans. You're just not. You're not trans anything. You're just a mentally ill man or woman. You're a mentally ill boy or girl that needs some love and affirming of you in your true self, which is the body you've got.
That's right.
It might feel a bit yuck to you or uncomfortable. None of us really like our bodies. We have to learn to accept and love them. And that's a process that you are going to be denied with that puberty. It's not an illness. So, this is why we fight. This is the calm, measured side. But I tried that 9 years ago, and I have my argument and ducks in a row. And they just went, fuck off, I want to kill you. I'm going to rape you to death. I'll cut your head off. And all the other lovely love letters I've received over the years. I'm so lucky.
Oh, no,
and people like you should be. I get as people like you should be. And so now I'm at the end of the fight. I'm right at the thin end of the no, I will bust through this any means necessary at my disposal. If I had money, it'd be a completely different campaign, but I'm just the turf jester shock jock, I suppose.
Yep. No, I think you're based, and this is where we're at. We need the people down here, because the people down here are the ones it's going to affect. We're the 1 or 2 paychecks away from being in a homeless shelter and sharing spaces, or being in care.
Being asked to leave. We're being moved out of our houses. Like, I'm in social housing, and I'm very grateful for it. I also stay home as a public service because I am a very rude bastard. I stay home as a public service. Some people don't really understand that. And it's like, well, if you've encountered me out in the wild, you might. You might understand why part of that. But it's part of self-regulation too.
Yep.
And this is what is sorely lacking in the state-sponsored junkies on the other side. And the willful lengths of pretend that people are willing to go to support this mania. That, there was a lobotomist man who used to lobotomize people by just shoving a nail up their nose and going ting with an ice pick or a very long nail he had. And he would boast of doing 20 to 30 a day.
Yep.
And after it was outlawed, it took another 4 to 5 years of pretty steady onward streaming. So the W Path are a watershed moment. You know, the W Path files, but we'll get to them. But who's number 6?
Number 6 is our reoccurring friend here.
It's like tinea or herpes. Probably herpes. Because everything she says is sexually charged in some way. She's a vilifier of women. She's a self-loathing fucking piece of shit. She's made her living off having been a tomboy. How many times has she used the word in relation to herself to justify this cutting and mutilation and drugging of minors? This most self-loathing woman see a fucking hairdresser and see a dentist. You know who it is? Smelly O'Malley herself. Number 6.
Every time you come across, and now she's all over this W Path files, right? Because now she can justify her position where she's put herself in Gen Spect, your groom spect, as the old VF that's in the chat there refers to him as groom spec.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know, she just was a bit of a thing that they were talking about, and the absolute word salad that comes out of her mouth to try to justify her position is just off the wazoo. If you actually sit down, listen to what she says, and think about it, rather than just letting it be a stream of garbage out of her mouth, some of the stuff is like, how did she cognitively get to that conclusion?
She's just as bad as Judith Butler. And this one is in charge of an organisation now and gets the media ear. And yeah, I swear I'm not about to stop anytime soon. It's just that I feel that the wrong people, as in the wrong message, is being consistently played on our side from just the people that they're hearing from. And there is a broad church. This is a broad church. I'm not gender critical. I am based in reality. I'm a truth speaker, and I will say what I see. And I believe a big problem of what people don't like about me, apart from the swears, and I can be unlikable. You can see it keeps me up at night.
We're at the halfway stage here.
Here we are.
And coming in at number 5, halfway, is this delightful fella. This guy right here.
Jonathan. Look at this middle-aged menopause, he believes, in the middle. You think he's dressing deliberately to make himself look like a woman. It's not working, Jonathan.
It's not.
That one in the middle where the hand is hilarious. Look at him.
Look at his little face. Look at it.
And his hair is retreating faster than the fucking ice caps.
Do you know what this clown has come out and said, Rex, just recently? And it's absolutely bloody gold, right?
Yeah.
He's come out and he said, I am complete. I have done it. The journey is over. My transition is finished. I am now cis.
He's cis. Oh, bless him.
And there it is.
This man is so vile. I hope JK does take him to court. I hope JK does. He is a fucking man. And this is, don't do those drugs, kids. He is a prime example as to why you should not give drugs to people who aren't sick, who just have a belief in their head.
Absolutely. Absolutely. BF says he's Chucky.
Chucky. Well, all that work, and then who was that horrible boiled ham of a man that sucked face with him on somewhere that he looked like a right piece of boiled ham, that man. I wondered if he had taken something to help him along there, and it had just made everything, all his blood vessels engorge with blood, because that's what it looked like. Hey, he looked like he was having a fucking episode.
Again, check his bank account. How much did Willy Boy pay him, or the TV show Play That Guy for that kiss?
So our media are captured worldwide. The media are captured, and we've seen that in other narratives too. Not to, go off piste or anything, but we've seen this totalitarianism before, not too long ago, in the form of medicine for your health, and we've seen the actions before of large-scale movements like this. The Red Guard, the brown shirts. He had 2 million of them at his disposal.
Yeah.
2 million, the man in charge of them. And then what happened when they weren't needed anymore? It's harsh and savage, and this is eugenics. As Bilek says, Jennifer Bilek has been gaining some traction, and I'm so glad, because to counter this, Bilek has been at it for years, and she has the receipts. I hope she has more than 2 copies, and because, believe me, I think we're going to need it in these times to come. Absolutely. Because it's going to be, the grassroots stuff is going to wake people up, I hope. And things like, this AGP Awareness Day. Say his name. These are men. These are not our crimes. They're counted as women's crimes. These guys are murderers and pedophiles and fucking killers and stupefiers, rapists. Yep. Fuck off. I'm not saying women are perfect. It's just that count our crimes as our crimes, women's crimes, and count the men as men, because that's what they are.
Absolutely.
Jonathan, you're a man, and everybody knows it. And it's only that we've got the journalists have fallen, the governments have fallen. So this is where the problem is, because the law, if the judiciary, and now we are making laws in New Zealand based on gender and feeling. We need not just this change of government, we need everybody to stand up against this foreign interference, the WEF, and the larger bit. Sorry, we've gone off about conspiracy. Now we're conspiracy theorists and cookers and nuts. Hat words, cookers. That's us. That's one of the favourite slurs over here. If you want to research anything and look a bit deeper than what the parrots on the news are saying, you're a cooker.
Yep. Don't be doing that. Don't be cooking up any conspiracies. No. Any conspiracies, those conspiracy theories. There's conspiracies and there's theories. But when the word's one word, fuck, can't have that. I mean, in law all the time they talk about that was a conspiracy, so we do know that they do occur, but don't be having any theories about them, I tell you.
No. How dare you talk about them or think about them or even worry about them? Let the government.
Don't you dare deep dive on any subject that you want to know more about, especially.
No, do no research. Listen to me. I'm the single source of truth. That was Cindy Hard-on through the COVID years. Fuck you, Cindy. You're a war criminal. And part of her government was, is it our number 4?
Yes, absolutely, Rex. Excellent lead in. Oh, well. Here she is.
A fucking disgrace herself. Jenny.
Hello, Jenny.
Hello, Jenny. That's right. I did mean to say you're an absolute disgrace. But out came Jenny. And as for you, Jenny, you're a fucking disgrace. They are placing men in women's jails in New Zealand. And they are letting the tranny choose the sex of, they know it's the sex of the guard that searches them. So what about their human rights not to have to touch the bollocks of a man who gets aroused at the thought of himself as a woman? And she gets an extra brick back, Jenny, because she was the Minister of Police. At the time, Albert Park let women speak was being held. She'd only been in the job a little while, but you cannot tell me that she didn't know, because our media and government vilified and scorned and slandered an international guest, just another person who wanted to come here and share her thoughts. Whether you like them or not, you don't have to fucking listen. But Ginny Anderson was the police minister, and I wanted to say on behalf of all women everywhere, you are a fucking disgrace. Putting men in women's jail, letting Albert Park happen with orders to stand down, you can get fucked. And I did apologise. On the day, I wrote an email, but I bet Zoe, the staffer, won't tell anyone that. And the press didn't, none of the media wanted to come and talk to me about why I'd called her a fucking disgrace. They just dismissed my 10-minute submission on the mechanics of their bill as an anti-trans rant, and I swore at a minister. How can it be a hate crime if you loved every fucking minute of it?
Well, look, if sex and gender are like a synonym, then why can't absolute and fuck be a synonym too?
Yep. They could mean the same thing.
I identified as such.
Yep. Well, look, it identifies as not a profanity. Just for
absolutely.
That day, it could be a profanity further on. But Ginny Anderson herself, in a radio interview with Mark Mitchell, she asked him how many people he'd killed when he was on manoeuvres and exercises in Afghanistan and overseas. And he said, no, that's outrageous. And she says, did you keep a body count? And he said, I'd like an apology. And she said, no, it's my right to have free speech. And then Sis Hipdick, who doesn't even know what a woman is unless he's bending her over the desk and railing her. Isn't that right, Sis? You ran out on your wife and kids? Anyway, happy ever after with your new pet lamb. Anyway, Sis said, no, that's not okay. Sorry, and so she had to apologise. She texted him and apologised and said, oh, my comments had gone too far. So I sent her a postcard that said, I regret my use of the swear as going too far. And, that men are not women, even if you squint. And then she's got the title, the Honourable, because she's been around sucking off the public teat for so long as an MP in the Free Hive. And I'm not calling her honourable. She's not honourable. You can get fucked, Ginny Anderson. So.
Now, Rex, I believe I got them slightly out of order, and I've done our Ivy friend, the Neolinton, in the wrong place. So we have already done that. So we're going to have to skip straight to number 2 here.
Oh, we can, just highlight number 3. We could highlight Dwight Evan Chisholm. He's a drag queen, and he's been up on child rape charges. And that drag queen, as we've had Drag Queen Story Hour shut down here twice in 2 places. We've had rainbow crossings painted over, and we had police swarming, like a dozen police guarding the crossing. And meantime, gangs are running riot. We have had ram raids and then all sorts of crime. When you ask them to attend, you get crickets, but there's like 20 of them guarding a rainbow crossing. Here.
Yes. Well, we had that here outside old Sharon Fentiman's office, and that's at Logan, right? So I got a mate that contacted me because she only lives like a few streets away from that, and she said, you're not going to believe this, right? I was watching the footage, and within 15 minutes, the police turned up to 5 women on the side of the street with the adult women sign in Logan. She said where she lives, she had a machete-wielding maniac across the road from her place for 8 hours going up and down the street, and the cops were nowhere. And this was only a few streets away from where Sharon Fentiman's office was. And she said, as somebody who lives in that neighborhood, she said to see, 5 women on the side of the street and a van turn up, asking details within 15 minutes watching us see if we jaywalk so they could write us a ticket. And she said, and I couldn't go out of my house at all for 8 hours because this guy is literally strutting up and down the road because they got this the way their little road sort of thing. So I when she's explaining it, I could see it because I've been to her house, right? And I'm like, holy, But that's what Logan's like. That's what Logan's like. And yet we can have the cops for because somebody's painting over a road that the taxpayers' money should have never painted for in the first place.
That's right. And the one in Gisborne got painted over by some stalwart citizens. And overnight, it was repainted in rainbow colours and guarded. So we know that crossings that aren't legal, they actually, the fun fact that everybody needs to share in New Zealand is on those rainbow crossings or crossings that are not black and white, you don't have to stop. You don't have to. They're courtesy crossings. And I'm not very courteous at the best of times. And I'll be positively anti-fucking social now, driving over that shit. So, and it got redone, and I believe people are repainting it with rubber applied very quickly.
I tell you what, I was watching a bit of the footage this morning when I got up briefly before I come online here onto the channel, and I can say whoever those masked bandits are, can I please know, because I would like the side of my house painted, and they've got that smashed in a few minutes. So if you're paying these guys per hour to paint your house, that's the team you want, mate. They are wages. They've got it sorted.
Oh, they are. They are. You're doing the Lord's work, all right. Here's number 2.
Number 2.
There we go. New World. There they are. Brave New World. New World Order. I put my... we went protesting yesterday at New World because they're trying to control the food supply. Well, they are. They are. Foodstuffs, you suck. Stop lying about my sister. Either put up or shut up. You have claimed that Philippa Landy was abusive to the transvestite and rude on previous occasions, and it's an outright lie. And you know it, and we're just going to keep protesting and saying, because this is about free speech. The transvestite got upset at the T-shirt, men are not women, even if you squint. And Matt Mullins is fully filleting the lady dick. He truly believes that transvestite men with a stiffy and a fetish are women. Fuck you, Matt. Stop lying to protect your transvestite. So Foodstuffs New World, Otaki, we protested yesterday. We went, stood outside and told them that they need to release the footage showing what really went on, which is your transvestite having a meltdown. So
there was one lady, and it was a really, really, really... So if anybody hasn't seen it, please get over to Rex Landy's YouTube channel and have a look at the live over there because it's brilliant. The speakers are brilliant. And there was one lady who said, and it really just hit me, if he is so comfortable in his position of being a whatever he says he is, he's a female imposter, then he wouldn't have a problem with your sister or a shirt because he's comfortable in where he is with himself. And he obviously isn't.
No, that's right. And you are making us validate your own personal fantasy. You can get fucked, Melody, whatever your name is. Mad, I'm a son. Madison. Mad, I'm a son. That's what, they tell on themselves all the time. Nugent. Scott Nugent. You're not a Nugent. You're an old woman. You destroyed yourself.
It's in the name, right?
Tell on themselves all the time. So number 2 in our turn of the month lineup, believe me, there's fucking hundreds more. It's such a shame. But yeah, New World, Foodstuffs, you can control the food supply, you can control the people. They were an essential service in COVID, and now they're denying, my sister based on the feelings of a transvestite, and you're lying about it, Foodstuffs. We know you're lying. And things will never be the same. There were a couple of people that were upset. Some woman came over right up to us and was speaking to her channel, though you don't deserve to be here. This is not Otaki, la, la, la. It's like, yeah, wait till your granddaughter has to take a piss with a giant tranny in the fucking toilet, love. Wait until you see him walking around with his heart on in the changing room. Or until your daughter or granddaughter misses out on a spot on a sports team because you're just not fucking good enough to train with the mediocre men.
That's right. Or you're taking your little one in. You need to go to the toilet yourself, which you know it's a pain in the ass because you get your handbag you got to hang up. You got all your skirts and bits you got to pull up because you can't pull them down to the ground anymore because there's that wet patch on the ground. Your little toddler's sitting there splashing in that little puddle, and you're like, "What's that little puddle on the ground?" Because I can't see a leak in the roof up here. You know, maybe I should call council because of a leak in the roof, and then it dawns on you, your baby's splashing in that tranny's pee. In that tranny's urine. That's what babies splashing in.
Piss off. That's right.
You know, like, come on. So anyway,
yep, hop over to our Danny cam.
We're going to Danny cam. So I'm going to
switch off from there, and my erstwhile host, my glamorous assistant, is going over to our Danny cam. And here we are.
Whoop, whoop. All right.
Oh, I'm excited.
Okay, we got Danny cam. It's happening.
Do the honors, my friend.
We're up. We're in the room. We're moving around. You can get to see the door, the legendary door. And then there's my little me having evil, wow, like you do. And then here we are. We're out. Now we have the legendary shit stick.
Yes.
Because it makes the shit stick.
There. The shit sticks, all right. And look at our last month.
Rip curl.
You flashed.
You're out of here. Number one.
For March.
Shit. We have W Path. That is one big bomb.
The World Professional Association of Transgender Hackery. I mean,
that's it.
I say. The W files are number one in March.
Look at that. That is one big bomb.
So many strands of ugly. Laura A. Jacobs, the Filthmeister tranny that was in charge of setting some of their policy guidelines. He's got profiles on FetLife, which is for BDSM. He promotes it and says it's all trannies seem to love it. It's like, yes, all trannies come with a fetish is what he's telling us. And he is part of the problem of WPATH. Our journalists worldwide not reporting on it at all in any form is a massive problem. The WPATH files are detailing the experimental nature of making full body meat suits out of our children. That's absolutely what it's experimental. The inmates are now in charge of the asylum, and the only doctor on call is Mengele.
Yep.
WPATH in a nutshell.
Yep, and like the justifications that these trainees will give to it's experimental. No, like it's literally past experimental because it is literally it's at hack and slash now.
We're at the vivisection stage. This is vivisection. I believe it's vivisection, which is autopsies on dead people. But what's the live one? Because we are animals like all the other animals, but this is live experimentation on live people. It is unconscionable. And I believe that the fault is built into the first cut. The fault is built into the very first cut. It's by design. You can get $500,000 off one patient, but by God, if they are mutilated, which most have crushed urethra, very few stink ditches work. You know, in terms of, and by work, I say remain a collapsed, smelly tunnel made of dick or ass that you have to force open for the rest of your life. That's real winning right there.
Like this, like my earring.
Yeah, that's right. Take it, and you know, in your ears, sometimes when you clean them and you take an earring out that's been in a while, go have a smell. It's not nice, is it? Well, imagine
It's
that.
a bit bloody bottom gross, isn't it?
And then you get, you know, like a little fucking collapsed tunnel. It's a collapsed tunnel. So these are experimental.
To keep it in, to keep it open. That's my dilator for my ears, folks.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same as the arm burrito. You know, you
Yeah,
can't
the
take
rock dog. You've got a rock dog. Most of them fall off. And the WPATH files are the exposure of these practices that are being done on the say-so of people who are making an awful lot of money, a big lot of money. You know, the yachts and holiday homes in the Hamptons are being bought while children are being neutered for a feeling in their head. They're harvesting their eggs and sperm, though. Oh, you betcha. Golly gee, you betcha. Because here's the segue of the surrogacy industry. It won't take long for the uterus to tranny pipeline to begin. That the women who are having them, I would be surprised if it was already started, that no one's talking about. But I'm a cynic.
Well, they were talking about it here. They were talking about taking the uterus and fallopian tubes out of the ones that believe themselves to be men and putting it in those. And that was Sydney Hospital. So we're not talking just some random hospital on the other side of the world in India. We're talking here in Australia.
Yep. 2 years ago, Trixie's Christmas special talked about Dr. Kaur, an Indian who planned to spit in the face of God with the uterus transplant 2 years ago. And now Sydney Hospital, here we are. You know, they're catching everywhere these ideas. It's like the radical mind virus, the woke mind virus. It really has. And it skewed our thinking, but by design, there's too many fires. You know, I haven't heard about what's up with the farmers still there, you know, in Brussels and France. It's going off. And, you know, there are fightbacks on lots of fronts, but because there's a lot of fires, a lot of pressure points in the world right now. So that's why I do exclusively focus on this part of our fight, because I believe this is the whole game. The whole game. Because if you become untethered from reality, if you can make people believe absurdities like giant fucking man slabs of women, you can get them to commit atrocities. And we are at that stage. We are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. 1,000%, Rex. 1,000%.
I'm worried. I am. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to stop. But I am worried. We're at a tipping point. We're at an important tipping point. And this is why I believe it firmly we must hold the line. And we must support free speech for everyone. Even for the silly shut up for women. They should have come in at number 10 too. Shut up for women. New Zealand.
An honourable mention.
Honourable mention of these silly tarts that, you know, probably think the WPATH files are doing good and they shouldn't have exposed them. Because in opposite land, they speak up for women, supported trans rights and the right for trans to be who they want to be and do what they want to do, and condemned the vandalism of the rainbow crossings because a couple of us still believe in the rainbow. That was their statement yesterday on Twitter. They're getting rightly ratioed. And if you can't see how supporting Shut Up for Women with that asinine, stupid Bob each way statement and supporting them, if you still support them, then I can't fucking help you. They are wolves in sheep's clothing.
At the end of the day, if you want a flag, ladies, there is a beautiful fucking flag, double-sided axe on it. It's right for you. You don't need your rainbow flag anymore.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yep.
It's tainted.
Look
It's
it up.
poisoned. It's shit. Sorry. That's just the way it is. You got your double Labray fucking axe
Yep.
on a beautiful fucking flag. Please go forth and use. Gay men can you got their flags too. Let's go from that. But I think it's time to flush the rainbow flag. I think it's done its time, and it is tainted meat at this stage. It's
That's
tainted
right.
meat.
No more rainbows. Only in the sky. They're the best rainbow of all. They're the best. And
Absolutely.
Shame on you, W Path, the whole institute that I believe that True Inspect want to replace and take over. There you go, Smelly. You get another little mention because you're such a bastard. Got your finger in everybody's pie, haven't you? You dirty fingered little fucker. Stay away from children, you fucking nonce adjacent apologist. Right.
Stop putting on your Comic-Cons, your supernovas, where you put your trannies with your D-trans sisters, and then everyone gets around for a photo shoot like they're getting their photo with, hey, look at that. It's a guy in a Spider-Man costume. No, it's fucking not.
Yeah,
Right? Stop.
Spider-Man. Autogyne is Spider-Man. Yeah, fuck off. Happy AGP Awareness Day, and I'm going to finish on this. I have an announcement. I was advised a couple of years ago when I made fun of Jan Johnston, Caitlin Spice, and said some mean words on the internet not to talk about him anymore. So in honour of AGP Awareness Day, you can get fucked. I will say, and I undertake to say only truthful things about you, Caitlin Spice, but I cannot take police advisement to not talk about a panty-sniffing tranny degenerate and to not talk about him in light of the way the ground has shifted and that men are still not women. So, no, all bets are off. If I want to talk about you, Dan Johnston, I will. And by the way, you're not dead, bro. Happy AGP Awareness Day. You're on notice. Here comes the truth. Modi order. Thank you for having us, Stone. Mwah.
Thank you for being here, Rex. They made our shit list for March.
Who did? Well done.
W Path.
Mwah. Fuck you, W Path. And
Fuck you, W Path.
Yes. Fuck them and love to you, Turvin.
Love you now for now. Talk to you later. Remember, stay loud, my friends. Thanks, Rex, for coming on. And see you next month for our turn of the month. Bye, guys.